Hello YouTube and welcome into another part 0 video for our Summer Civ 6 series, the A&W Challenge. I'm the Game Mechanic here with you as always, and today we're talking about China. And before you ask, yes, I am looking svelte today, and it's because I'm going to a funeral. Ha! Brought you down a notch. Let's talk about China. He is a pretty cool leader in that you can spam out some early wonders. He's probably the only leader on Deity that you can reliably get, and reliably I use a little loosely, but you can get Stonehenge with, which is kind of cool. So he does kind of have an inclination to go for a religion, which can be neat. And let's talk about why that is, starting with the first Emperor. When building ancient and classical wonders, you spend builder charges to complete 15% of that wonder cost. Builders receive an extra charge. So even removing the wonder side of that, your builders having an extra charge throughout the game is particularly strong, especially on wet maps, which we tend to play. You're going to build a lot of builders throughout your Civ 6 campaign, and the fact that you can start with an extra one, so your base charge is 4. Once you get to feudalism, it's 6, and if you have the pyramids, it's 7. Add Liang in there, you can have 8 charge builders. That's pretty awesome, and you should take advantage of that. Particularly good in cultural games where later on in the game you're going to be building a lot of woods and a lot of seaside resorts. So that alone is very, very strong. But add on top of that, ancient and classical wonders, being able to get those with a builder is very, very strong. So you can start with a builder, go to your Stonehenge tech, and then just kind of use your builder to complete most of it, and maybe buy a second builder to totally complete it. So you can do some early wonder spamming with China that you wouldn't normally be able to do on Deity. It's still not, you're still on Deity, you're not going to be able to get them all. On lower difficulties, I'd imagine you could maybe come close to that. But picking a couple select early wonders to go after, whether it's Temple of Artemis, whether it's Stonehenge, whether it's Hanging Gardens or Apadana, something like that. Very, very good wonders to get, and you can do so more reliably with China. So that's very, very fun and may lead you into a cultural or religious type game. But you don't have to go that route, and that's because of Dynastic Cycle. Eurekas and Inspirations provide 50% of the Civic's technologies, easy for me to say, instead of the 40%. So that is something that pre-Rise and Fall was always 50%, and China's ability was 60%. That's been toned down, which has slowed down games in Rise and Fall. But China brings that back up to 50%. And remember that if you tech beyond an era, those Eurekas all of a sudden become 50%, and then we'll go to 60%. So it's a good source of science and culture if you're diligent about using them and getting those Eurekas. They're very strong in any game, but particularly strong with China. If you just ignore them and plow through your techs, that's obviously not going to do much for you. But it is a surprising source of both culture and science. So you don't have to be shoehorned into a cultural victory. You could go science with that. On the other end of the spectrum is the Crouching Tiger, which is a unique crossbow with a range of 1 and a high combat strength. Put that on your Great Wall, and you've got some good defense for your early wonder spamming. You can hold off other civs that might greedily look at all the lovely wonders that you've produced. But it's not my favorite unit at all. I would say on the whole, it's probably a little bit weaker. The fact is, like, having a ranged unit with less range than it would normally have is pretty awful. It is a little bit stronger, and that's cool, and they're decent on defense, but you're not really going to go and take over a civ with them, I don't think. Maybe I don't know, link a video and show me that I'm wrong, but I think this is much more of a defensive unit to protect all your lovely wonders and economy, rather than it is a let's go conquer the world kind of unit. So it can be useful, but isn't particularly strong on its own, in my opinion. Speaking like along that vein is the Great Wall. It's a unique tile improvement, which I tend to be a big fan of. It increases your defense, I believe, by 4, and can give you extra gold if adjacent to other walls. You can get culture and tourism out of those throughout the eras. And that's kind of good. Like, having a cultural tile improvement and one that gives you tourism can be quite nice for the later stages of a culture victory. But otherwise is a little bit tough to place because you have to place them along the edge of your empire's borders. So you really have to be cognizant about doing so early. And generally I'm wanting my builders, even though we have extra charges and stuff, generally I'm wanting them to build mines, chop things, build lumber mills, things like that, just raw production. So it's a tile improvement that's more cute than it is useful, in my humble opinion. But China can be a lot of fun, especially those builders and those Eurekas alone. Maybe if you're new to Civ, you might not notice those things, but if you're an experienced Civer, you know exactly how strong those are, and they are quite strong. So yeah, have fun playing China, get some early wonders, and we'll see you in the part 1 video. I hope you guys enjoy the Let's Play. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to stop by twitch.tv/thegamemechanic. Come say hi to us in person on the internet. See you guys later.